Hello. Today we will be reviewing Karate Kid's Legends. Aaron, you want to start it off?
I like the movie. Personally, I'm a martial arts kind of guy. There really were some things I liked. I liked how, with this movie, it was a little different from the past 5 Karate Kid movies. This one had a different story, but sort of the same. Like, well, I'm gonna spoil it because it's been out a couple of days. So if you haven't seen it, then yeah. But I really liked how this movie was different than, because this movie, like, the main character knew one martial art, but with the other ones, the main characters didn't. And I liked how, yeah, it was a little bit different. One thing I liked how it had a tragic death in the movie, which the other movies didn't have. I thought it was good. How did you like it? You think it was good, or?
Okay. So, here are my thoughts on the movie, right? Karate Kid's Legend, in my opinion, is a movie for some teenagers and some adults, you know. I personally expected a lot more, and here's why. A good movie pays excellent attention to timing. I felt like the scenes were rushed, and there really wasn't enough time in a lot of scenes for the emotional weight of what had just happened to sink in. I understand that the movie is an hour and 30 minutes, and they wanted to get the whole story in that time frame, but I think that people would have been happy sitting there for an extra half an hour if the directors had taken the time to flesh the story out more. I have a lot of criticism for this movie because when you have such important characters like Daniel LaRusso from Cobra Kai, and you have the Cobra Kai TV show, right?
Yeah.
And the original Karate Kid as well. He's from both of those. And then you also have Jackie Chan, of all people. I mean, the guy is a legend, and he deserves the respect of being in a movie that I think demonstrates him helping a student achieve some pretty impressive stuff. And while the student in the movie, while he did things that were impressive, things that I can't do, I didn't see anything that made me say, wow, Jackie Chan helped the student unlock like some massive potential that we didn't know that he was capable of. Now, the other teacher helped the main character unlock something that he hadn't done previously, apparently in training, but I would have liked to have seen more personally. And that leads me to another point. The main villain of the story. I know this guy isn't Creed. I know this isn't the Creed storyline. I haven't really watched any of the Creed movies, but you know, I forget which Creed it was, probably the third Creed, or not the last one, but the one before the last one. Like a boxer, yeah, the second one. He was like a boxer, and I saw some of the punches that guy was throwing. I was like, man, those look terrifying. I would not want to get hit with that. And I just expected more of this villain in this movie. I expected him to be faster. Not necessarily stronger, but faster. More of a technical fighter, more shifty, creative. I expected him to be more difficult to beat, and I really felt like maybe even the Cobra Kai TV show fighters may have been better than the villain that I saw in this movie. That's just my opinion, you know, and I haven't even watched Cobra Kai that much, but what I have seen, it led me to expect more, and I don't really feel like I got it. I feel like they rushed the movie, and they should have taken more time. I think people would have gladly paid for a 2.5 hour movie, they gave, I don't know, these Karate Kid legends the proper send off. I felt like they deserved it, and they didn't get what they deserved, and therefore we as the film goers didn't get what we deserved. But you know, it was cool, and it was nice to see different styles cross over. You know, going from boxing to kung fu, and wushu to kung fu, and kung fu to karate. You know, those were nice to see. I felt like the movie had potential starting out, but I quickly saw that it just devolved into a rushed film. And, you know, I have high expectations for other movies this year, but I would have expected a lot more from this movie. What do you think, Aaron? Do you have any criticism?
The only thing, since I watched all the old Karate Kid movies plus Cobra Kai, the only thing that they did mess up on is, like, seeing the villain's point of view and stuff. Because usually,
That's a great point.
Because usually in the old Karate Kid movies or Cobra Kai, like, you usually, like, you usually, like, see what that guy goes through in the dojo. For instance, like, Cobra Kai, like, they will have to, like, do something that they really don't want to do. For instance, like, break solid rock and stuff and do other stuff. The only thing that this movie, like, messed up on was the villain, and that's really it. Everything else I liked.
That was a good point. I didn't even think about that. It's like, what's his backstory? What's his motivation to do the things he's doing? No, it's just some guy who's mad and he wants to have it his way, and he can't have it his way. Therefore, the whole world has to pay for his feelings. And, you know, that usually never goes well. And like I said, I expected more. Like, if you're going to be the number one fighter in the 5 boroughs, you should be able to blow me away. And I'm looking at the punches that this guy's throwing in the dojo. I'm like, man, I never even fought professionally. Because, of course, I trained for about 7-8 years, martial arts, many different styles. Mainly I focused on judo, Muay Thai, boxing, and modern arnis. Those are the main styles I trained in, the main ones. But I've been exposed to many more styles, and I just was like, man, I could see this guy's punches coming in the dojo, in the movie, and I'm not even, you know, a top level fighter. But so I just felt like they dropped the ball. They could have done better. You know, everyone deserved it, but we didn't get what we deserved, and sometimes that's how life is. Life isn't fair. You know, you get what you get, and at least I got to spend time with my son today. That's what's important. That's why we're here, to spend time together, right? Do you have any? Let's see where we are.
I like how I did like they brought one character from Cobra Kai. That was a nice little cameo. I feel like this movie does open the door for more movies or TV shows. Like, I don't know. One thing